The Mistwatch Plus by Hanson Chien Productions is a brand new smoke watch device built into a beautiful watch with replaceable components. How is the watch? Does it last long? Is it good quality technology? And how does it compare to other smoke devices on the market, such as the Universal Smoke Watch, which I reviewed on the channel a few months back. Check that out after this. But there truly is a lot of important information that you need to hear about this product so you can make an informed decision about it. So make sure you stick around till the end of the video so you can learn all about the Mistwatch Plus. If you find this review helpful, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. I was given a discount code by Hanson for $35 off if you purchase this. And the code is BAMMIST. Use that at checkout. I don't earn anything when you use that code, but it does let Hanson know that people are watching these videos and it's helping them make informed decisions. I also have some affiliate discount links in the description for TCC, Illusionist, and 3 Monkeys. They all have great magic, and if you use those links or codes, I do get a small commission, which really helps out the channel, helps me review more things for you. Now, without further ado, let's talk about the Mistwatch Plus, because that's what you're here for. What do you get? When you purchase this, you'll receive the watch with all the components built into it, including the battery and replaceable smoke device. You get a remote, a nice vial of smoke juice that you add into the device. It makes the smoke appear. You also get a charger and an extra wire or an extra cable in case the cable here ever breaks or something like that, which it probably shouldn't, but I'm glad they include the extra. You also get a small screwdriver for some maintenance eventually when you need to replace the battery and whatnot. And you get the tutorial link as well. You can get the watch with either a silicone or leather strap. It's up to you at checkout. As for warranty, which you also receive, you get 1 year of free warranty with the serial number. It doesn't cover all things. It doesn't cover if you drop this or dry burn it or get water in the device, so you do have to be careful. They also offer 1 free smoke device replacement within the warranty period. By the way, this device, it's pretty cool. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes to charge, and with every charge you can do 50 activations. But don't overuse it, and I'll get to that in a moment. What is the quality of the gimmick? The watch feels and looks great. The smoke watch uses a typical coil used for smoke devices, and it should last a while. But you have to make sure you use this in moderation and don't overuse it in a short period of time. Eventually, you will have to replace some things. The battery and smoke device are replaceable, and even the watch strap and the cable are replaceable. Hanson actually sells refills for all those on the site. Now, this should last a while, and as I said, eventually you'll have to buy more things. You'll eventually have to get more smoke juice, but not for a very long time because you get a very large amount of smoke juice in your package. You get a ton. And remember, you only need 1 drop for every 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 performances. Depends on how much you use. The watch is not waterproof though, so warning, don't get this near water. And for that reason, I wouldn't carry this as my everyday watch because I wouldn't want to be in the rain and then just water gets in the device and ruins it. Sure, it's a nice looking watch, but I don't think it's worth risking damaging the device. You can activate this with the remote as well, where you can control the length of the smoke, how long it releases smoke, for up to 10 seconds. It can't go any longer than 10 seconds, so you don't damage the device. However, you could also activate it with the button on the watch, because there is a button built into the watch, so you don't need to carry the remote. Now, how is the tutorial? The tutorial is very good. They put the instructions for the old Mistwatch, which runs for about 27 minutes. Then there's a new tutorial with Hanson Chien, which runs about 20 minutes. Hanson is speaking Chinese, but there are subtitles. In the older main tutorial, Hanson shows how to turn the device on and off, how to charge it, the modes, how to add liquid, applications, and maintenance. However, not all of those apply to the current updated Mistwatch. There are some things that have changed with the device. In the new tutorial, Hanson covers these things. He shows what's in the box, the smoke replacement, how to replace the battery, how to replace the strap, and precautions in order to make this last a long time, which is what you want. They also show what to do if you have a thick wrist and what to do if you are left-handed. The videos covered what they need to, but I would have liked it if they included a few more applications and more effects that this can be used for. But that said, this is a utility device, meaning you could apply it to many other effects, especially visual effects or slow burn effects. This could make a coin vanish look 10 times cooler, a color change, maybe an Omni deck look that much better. Are there any lighting restrictions? No. Are there any clothing restrictions? No, but this is a slightly thicker watch. It looks pretty elegant, but because it's an elegant watch, I probably wouldn't wear this if I was just wearing a t-shirt and shorts. It would look out of place in my opinion. So I wouldn't wear this if I just had a t-shirt and shorts on, but I would wear the watch if I had a button-down shirt or long sleeves. I just think it looks better like that, but that is not a requirement. It's just, there's something just slightly off in my opinion if you have a t-shirt and you're dressed very casually and you have a nice watch on. Is this a social media or a real life effect? This is both. This can be used to enhance effects you already do, as I mentioned, like Omni deck. So if you have something visual for social media, you can add smoke and it just looks even more visual. What are the angles like? The angles are 360 degrees. You can be completely surrounded. Are there live performances? No, there are no live performances. Is this examinable? I don't think so. I wouldn't hand this watch out to anybody. And really, you shouldn't need to, because you're doing the effect with the watch on. And it's on your wrist. You wouldn't take your watch off to have it examined in the middle of your set. That would just be disrespectful for the audience to ask, if they did ask. Also, the smoke isn't as much the effect itself. It's a tool that makes the effect more magical. So, especially if you're doing something like an Omni deck, the focus isn't going to be on the smoke or the watch. It's going to be on the Omni deck. And the smoke just makes it look better. Let's talk about the difficulty and practicality of this effect. This is not difficult in the slightest. A baby could do it. If you can press a button, you can do this effect. You can literally do this if you can press a button. And you can use the button on the remote or button on the watch. It's completely up to you. This is very practical for close-up magic, walk around, or even stage. But it would be a little bit harder to see on stage if you're just making it appear from your watch. It really depends on the effect you're going for. Is there any DIY? No, there's no DIY, but you do have to add another drop of smoke liquid every few performances. I don't think that counts as DIY, but I thought I'd just mention it. Also, you will eventually need to do DIY to replace the battery and smoke device once they wear out over time. I talked to Hanson and he said they prioritized durability with this run of the smoke watch, the Mist Watch Plus. So he said the parts, although they are consumables, although they can be replaced, they should last a long time. And the engineering team at Hanson Chien Productions made sure to focus on the durability with this one. Now, what is the pocket space like? That's another great thing. It's not in your pocket, it's on your wrist. So there's not really any pocket space. I guess you may have to carry the bottle of smoke liquid if you plan on performing this more than 5 times. So I guess there's that, but that's really not that big either. So it can fit in your pocket. It's really not much pocket space at all. What is the reset like? This is an instant reset, but I would wait a few minutes between uses so the coil doesn't overheat. Because if you're making smoke appear again and again and again, it's going to work the device a lot and it's going to get very hot. And that could burn the coil. I've had that experience with other smoke watch devices. So if you use this over and over again, you could burn the coil. Just be careful about that. Every few performances, as I said, you'll need to add smoke juice, and you wouldn't want to do this in front of the spectators. You'd want to go back to your briefcase, unscrew the smoke juice container, and add just a drop or 2 into the smoke watch device. And you can do that with the watch on your wrist. You don't need to take it off in order to add the liquid. Are smoke watches too perfect? And this is a big question. In a sense, yes. People will often suspect the watch created the smoke, just because how else would smoke appear other than a piece of technology, right? It's literally impossible to just create smoke without technology. So there's no explanation as to where the smoke is coming from other than some sort of device. And you're wearing a watch which is a device, so audiences will automatically, unfortunately, assume that. Now, even if they do though, this isn't too big of an issue in my opinion, because the smoke watch And the smoke itself is meant to add to the atmosphere and the experience that the spectator feels. It isn't the main effect. As I said, like for OmniDeck, you make the smoke appear. It doesn't matter if they know where the smoke is coming from. It matters the final effect, the OmniDeck. That's what they're going to be focused on. So adding the smoke is just meant to elevate the experience. Now that leads perfectly into the price. Is it worth the price? $350 or $315 with my discount code. Is it worth that much money just to elevate the experience? In my opinion, yes. It is worth it to elevate the experience if you plan on using it. And I'm very glad that with this, there are consumables, there are refills. So for the smoke device, you can get a replacement for the device for $35. You could buy a replacement battery for $20, the strap for $15, and the cable for $4. So I'm really happy that they actually have this, because for other smoke devices on the market, for example, the Universal Smoke Watch, they don't offer replacement parts. They don't offer a replacement coil or anything like that. If a piece wears out, you have to buy the whole thing again. So I'm glad this is different from some of those devices in that sense. And yeah, I do think it's worth paying that money for that magic moment if you're a top tier performer, if you're a professional magician, not just a hobbyist. Hobbyists will like this for the ingenuity, for the James Bond style device that they're getting. But if you're a pro magician, even that little extra bit of magic, a magical atmosphere, it's worth the price. What are the pros and cons? The pros are they have refills. This is made to be more durable than the original. This can activate up to 50 times on a single charge, which takes about 30 to 40 minutes. It's an elegant watch, a big plume of smoke. It can enhance your current tricks. There's an instant reset. No pocket space is required other than the smoke juice, which is very small, or whatever props you need for an effect you are performing with the smoke watch. And the angles are perfect. The tutorial's good. It also has the remote and can be activated through the watch itself. The on-off button is hidden. The charging is the standard charging. It's a fast charge relative to some other smoke devices that take 2 hours. The cons are the watch is slightly big. Some smoke watches can be too perfect if used in certain ways, especially because smoke, you can only make that with technology. Sleight of hand can't do that. So this can suffer from the too perfect theory depending on the way you use it. This is also not examinable. Again, not a significant issue. I just have to bring up all the nitpicky things. The parts will eventually have to be replaced, and you will need to add more smoke juice every few performances, and you cannot do that in front of the spectators. So what percent am I giving this? I'm giving this smoke watch a 93%. I do like this, and it is really a high quality device. It produces a great plume of smoke, and like any other smoke device, it is a utility tool. You can use it for so many different things. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks so much for watching. If you do like this, and if you do want to buy this, remember to use the code BAMMIST at checkout. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.